Hey guys, so I'm currently in the wait to find out if our embryo transfer worked. So keep watching to find out how things are going with that. Okay guys, so I am currently 6 days past our 5-day embryo transfer. And I have not tested. I know a lot of people at this point would have tested. Some people start testing as early as like 4 days past a 5-day transfer, and I have not done any testing. And I think first off, whatever works for you and whatever kind of helps you get through this waiting period is what's best for you. So there's no like right way to handle it or anything like that. But I did want to kind of explain to you guys how I'm kind of dealing with the wait in some sense. So first off, when it comes to testing, I have not tested, like I said, and I have decided I'm not going to test. For those of you who may be new, first off, welcome to my channel, but just to let you know, this is our second transfer. So I've done this before, and the first time I did test early. I tested just like 2 days before my beta. So I tested it like 7 days past a 5-day transfer, and it was completely negative, and that transfer did not work or anything. But in the back of my head, I kept thinking it could still be positive, maybe it just didn't pick up on the test, all of that, you know. And so even though I was definitely really disappointed and really you know, just hurt and sad about seeing that negative and realizing that really I should see something by now, there was still in the back of my head thinking, well, maybe it just isn't showing up yet. Because I mean, for one thing, everyone's different. Like some people, pregnancy tests can show up earlier for them, some people later. So anyway, it just was kind of in the back of my head, like maybe it could be positive. And so there was like this wrestle in my mind of like, I see a negative, but maybe it could be positive. So anyway, I kind of, that struggle in my mind, I decided I didn't want to go there again this time, because that blood test is the most accurate. That is either going to be a yes and it's definitely a yes, or a no and it's definitely a no. There's no questioning, no doubt. So I decided just to not even do it. I actually do have one pregnancy test in the bathroom. So, but honestly, I do not feel tempted to take it. And just because I've kind of made this decision already, and I've kind of decided that if we do the blood test and it's positive, then I will have this test to kind of use for like pictures or something, you know, take the test, and hopefully a light will show up. I mean, I guess it's still not guaranteed even if the blood test is positive, but probably it will show up. So I just kind of like decided that's how I'll use that if, you know, we are successful this time. So just to kind of put that out there, that's how I do feel a lot of peace about that. And I feel like for me, I'm not feeling this pressure to test. So at least as of right now, and I really feel like I'm just gonna stick with that, because like I said, I don't want to go through that mind tricking thing that, you know, this time can already be like that. But anyway, so also moving forward to how I'm feeling physically, going through a transfer already and it failing, like it's not like implantation happened and I had a really early like chemical pregnancy or anything like that. Like it was completely negative. It did not implant or anything. Like I feel so similar symptoms as I did that time. So like the twinges, the little cramps, the little like pulls and stuff like that happened down there when, I mean, maybe not everyone experiences that, but I know I did experience that the first time around, and I'm experiencing that this time. So the kind of good thing about going through this already and having those feelings, I now know that ultimately that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm pregnant. And before, when I did go through that last time, I was thinking like, oh, these are all seem like good signs and good symptoms and good things that are happening and things are going on down there, and that's really good. And not saying they may not be, but I think now I have more of a realistic kind of approach to it or view of it, because now I know that I could be feeling all these things and it still may not be anything. And really, honestly, I think most people don't even feel any pregnancy symptoms this early anyway. So anything that, you know, us as IVF people and embryo transfer people unfortunately have to go through is this time of feeling all these things when it may not be pregnancy. And, you know, we're injecting progesterone into our hips, and we're taking estrogen, for me, orally with pills and 3 times a day. And so anyway, it's just like all these hormones going in your body can just be affecting you. And I also think that, for me at least, that you're kind of more hyper aware. Like you're kind of, it's like down there is like very sacred almost. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to like press on my stomach or my uterus area. I don't want to like, you know, hit it against anything or press it hard or whatever. Like, and then also just kind of noticing every little thing that's happening down there, even if it's just maybe gas or something, you know, it may have nothing to do with any, you know, reproductive organs down there. So anyway, I just wanted to say that I think this time going through, now I kind of know that, and I know that really what I'm feeling is the effects of the medication. And it's so hard because honestly, at least for me, I don't feel any of those things until we do the transfer. So I think also like the process of them doing the transfer, putting the embryos in, also affects things down there. You know, even if they don't implant, obviously, because I had that when we didn't have implantation last time. So just to kind of give you guys a heads up about that, and I know it's so hard, and I know it's so hard not to look at YouTube videos or look at stuff online that says like, what symptoms did you have when you had your positive, or what symptoms, you know, did you have at this many days past transfer and all this stuff. And it's so hard for us to like, you know, we want to grab at something and be like, oh, I'm feeling that too. Yes, I bet this is positive. I bet this is going to work. And it may not. And so it's just, honestly, I'm in a way kind of thankful that I've been through this already and know that, so that I'm not obsessing. I'm not looking up online. I'm not watching YouTube videos of how people felt before their transfer, because honestly, if you do look at that stuff, you'll see it's so inconsistent. Like someone could feel one thing and they're successful, and then someone else could feel that very same thing and they're not successful. So it's just a lot of mind games. And honestly, I would just encourage you, and I know it's hard, and I'm not saying you're for sure going to do it. There's going to be moments of weakness where you're like, oh, I just really want to know what this is. And that's totally fine. No shame in that. But I do just want to encourage you just to kind of let your body just feel what it feels, and just be like, you know, this is what's happening right now. This is how I'm feeling right now. But I don't know. I don't know the results. And, you know, anyway, so I guess just to let you know that, you know, ultimately I feel like when you can't really base it on symptoms as to if you're going to have a successful transfer. Ultimately, it's just that blood test, honestly. So, and unfortunately, I have to wait for it. You know, or, I mean, you can definitely get positives from pregnancy tests. So a lot of people do know earlier. And I know I could do that. But like I said, I just didn't want to put myself there again if it is negative. You know, if it was positive, oh my goodness, that would be amazing. But I guess I just didn't want to risk it. And I just feel more comfortable doing it this way. So just wanted to put that out there and let you guys know about that. And I will definitely put a video up, like I said before, of, you know, when we do find out the results. And but like I said, it might be it will definitely be delayed. I'm not sure exactly how much delayed, but as to the real time test of it. But anyway, I would love to hear from you guys. I know several of you have done transfers recently. Several of you are about to do transfers. It's so cool to just be connected to all of you guys through this and hearing that there's so many of us like going through transfers around the same time. So anyway, it's just, just know that you're not alone, of course, and that we're all here for each other, and we can just continue to just lift each other up in prayer and just praying for peace, praying for just a trust and a reliance in God during this really difficult, trying time, and knowing that He's with us no matter what we're going through, and He will rejoice with us if that is the outcome. He will also grieve with us if that is the outcome. None of it, you're not alone in any of it. For one thing, there's so many people going through what you're going through, but there's also God that's there with you that has experienced tremendous suffering. And so He knows what it's like. And so just take that comfort there. And, if it is, how God is going to bless you with a child, He's the one that ultimately does it. Like, I have a friend that was talking about who she's also going through IVF as well. And, it's like some people say that, criticism maybe of IVF is like, oh, you might be playing God or something like that. But ultimately, it's God that's going to make it happen, no matter how you come about becoming pregnant. Even if you do all the high-tech treatment, all the IVF, all the, testing, everything, like, ultimately, nothing is 100%. So it's all, like, still not in our control. And it's still just up to God. It's still a miracle if it happens. And so just want to encourage you guys with that. And would love to hear from you below, just how you're doing in your wait, if you're waiting. Also, if you found out results, would love to hear from you guys. And just, where are you? Are you about to start IVF? Are you struggling with infertility? Are you just wanting to learn more about infertility? I would just love to hear from you guys. And again, thank you so, so much for all your support and all your prayers. And it, again, does not go unnoticed, and I am so thankful for it. So, okay, well, I'll wrap this up now. So I will see you guys in the next one, which will be probably be our results would be the next video. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that, and definitely subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that notification bell so you'll know when it comes up, because like I said, I don't know exactly when I'll get it up, but I will get it up when I'm ready and quickly. I don't want to make you guys wait too long, but also giving me time to just kind of experience whatever it is. So, all right, guys, see you in the next one. Bye.